Hi, friends of the program The World in the Pocket. Today I am as far as in Australia, in Newcastle. Sounds like around the corner in England. No, it is in New South Wales, and this is not so far away from Sydney. And it's the first time I'm being there, at least on a virtual tour. And I will speak to Ray O'Donoghue, an Irishman who went years ago with his wife to Australia. He is a hobby cook, but I would say nearly a professional filmmaker. Hello, Ray. How are you doing?
Hi, Gabby. Good. Thank you very much. I'm not so sure about that near professional filmmaker bit, though. I'm an enthusiastic amateur.
And you love cooking. So
Yeah.
When did you start to cook? Was it always your responsibility in the household?
No. We've always shared the cooking. The answer is really the primary cook. But I could cook a long time ago, but my interest in cooking has grown a lot in maybe, say, the last 8 to 10 years when we've been trying to find newer and healthier ways of living. And changing the way we cooked and ate was an important part of that. And we did that together. Angela is actually the motivator. She did a lot of the research, and together we tried all the new recipes.
Okay. So what you're mainly cooking?
Mainly, we are cooking plant-based whole food. So by and large, it's vegetarian or vegan, not particularly from any philosophical point of view, but because it is healthier for us. And we find that we really enjoy the food and we enjoy cooking it. Mm-hmm. And it has definitely been a real bonus for us as far as our health goes.
You can really feel this already?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Probably in the last, since we got very serious about this, we've been messing about this idea for quite a long time, but probably in the last 6 or 7 years, we got really quite serious. And in that time, I have lost more than 20 kilos, nearly 25 kilos. And I'm also a lot fitter and healthier than I was 10 years ago, for sure.
Okay. Also, you got definitely older in these 10 years, yeah? So that's
a little bit. Yeah.
A little bit, not 10 years, 5 years. So when I hear Australians, then I think, sorry, have my stereotypes in my head: meat, barbecues, even chicken is not meat. So how is it these days in Australia? Are there a lot of options eating out, vegan or vegetarian?
Yeah, things have very definitely changed here. We've been here, I think, probably about 47 years, something like that. Mm-hmm. And things have changed a lot. It was very definitely meat and potatoes and a couple of other veg maybe, and barbecues for sure. That was definitely the main staple of your diet. But as the years went by with immigration and with taking refugees and so many people from many different parts of the world, the diet here and the eating options have definitely changed. You can find a restaurant that originates from almost any part of the world if you look hard enough. Around Sydney or Melbourne in particular. Melbourne is very, very good in terms of having a variety of restaurants. Vegan, vegetarian, bit of late starters, but those restaurants are definitely around now. And even traditional restaurants will now offer vegetarian and possibly even vegan meals as well. Mm-hmm. But there aren't so many with good options, but we'd probably take the seafood option if we really have to. If we don't have a good vegan or vegetarian option available. But we generally prefer to cook at home now anyway and have what we like.
That may be related to the Corona situation, that it wasn't really possible to eat out.
No, definitely not.
Okay.
Eating in was of necessity, of course, and it was pretty easy for us when we go shopping. Just go to the fruit and vegetable part of the shop and come home. Didn't have to spend much time anywhere else. So that was quite good. Yeah, we continued to eat just fine through coronavirus.
Yeah. And you are working with cookbooks. I, by the way, hate them. Also,
yeah.
I'm anyway a bad cook. Or do you have your own recipes, or do you adapt them? How is this working?
Adapt is the word. We do a lot of adaptation. A lot of our recipes come originally from cookbooks. I've got some behind I can show you in a minute if you want to. But we will look at them and go, you know what, we don't particularly like that ingredient or that ingredient, and we'll change it for something else. For example, a stir fry that we would have done with chicken or pork years ago, we now do it with tofu, and so we just substitute things like that. We have also adapted some recipes so much that they're almost unrecognizable from the original, because we've made so many changes, additions to what we put in, and so on. We've collected, I think over there in the cupboard, we've probably got 3 or 4 dozen cookery books that we've collected over the years. Some we just don't look at anymore at all. But there are some, even our older cookbooks, we can look at them and go, yeah, that particular recipe is really good, and we will keep that. Or that one's pretty good, but we will change something from it. But our main cookbooks now, the ones that we use and adapt from, are from the plant-based whole food kind of lifestyle. So they tend to be the books that we use the most now.
Maybe it is time to write your own cookbook.
Well, I guess I'm kind of doing that with RandA's Kitchen. We've got all the ones that I've put up so far, and I've only done 5, but all the ones I've put up so far have been adapted somewhat from the original. So I don't know if I've got time to actually write a book. Just have a bit of fun doing these videos.
Okay, you said already about tofu. I have my personal problems a little bit with tofu. It seems so, a little bit dull, I would say. So what could you recommend to make it really?
Well, the main way in which we use, there are different grades of tofu. Some more moist than others, some not so firm. We get a variety called perfectly firm, so it's really quite solid, but it is still pretty wet. So we squeeze the water out, dry it out, cut it into cubes, and then we stir fry it generally in olive oil, a bit of olive oil, and stir fry it there. And then the stir fry or the hot pot or whatever we're putting it into, the sauces that we put into there that we create for that, that really gives it a very good flavour. And we actually like the consistency, particularly once it's been stir fried. It's got a nice firm outer, and the inside is soft but not squidgy. It's a pleasant texture.
I should try this. And you have an electric stir-fry cooker, as I understand from your films, isn't it?
Yeah, that's electric stir-fry. Yeah.
Is this better than on gas?
Sorry, Gabby?
Is this better than on gas or on the oil?
I wouldn't know, because we have never cooked on gas. We're not particularly fond of gas. So I don't know. When we lived in Malaysia for a couple of years, and we would go to the street markets, and there'd be plenty of cooks there, stir frying constantly, and they were using gas, and it was great. For us, yes, it's much better with the electric wok, but yeah, I guess I don't know if it's better or different or what, but it's fine for us.
Why and when did you start to film your recipes or your preparation?
Well, like many other businesses, we went into lockdown quite early in the lockdown period. In fact, we had a second lockdown last year as well. So in 2020 and 2021, we had a few weeks when we were not going to work, but we were still meeting. We were doing different learning and keeping our training up for our job. But every day, 3 or 4 times during the day, we would have a meeting over WebEx or Zoom, and there we would share some of the things that we've been doing. And for me, it was sharing video. I would show people, what I do with video, and from just evolved to doing a bit of cooking and filming that and sharing that with them. So I started out doing it just as I don't know, sharing my passion with my workmates, and they would do the same, of course, with whatever was passionate for them.
Yeah, good.
It started out very much as a COVID originated activity.
What will go on? And we definitely will make a link of your Instagram account on my YouTube channel to it.
Thank you.
As I said before, the films look really very professional. So it seems to me you haven't started just filming the cooking. You did filming before, did you?
No.
No.
I've never done any filming professionally. Ever since I've had a digital camera, a decent digital camera, I've taken video. And it wasn't until about maybe 9 or 10 years ago that I realised I had all these video clips. I had no idea what I was going to do with them. And so I went along to some lessons where I learned how to use a particular program to create the movies, and using that program, I've been able to create quite a lot of videos. Now they're mostly some travel ones. They're mostly family, grandchildren, family events, that kind of thing. And I've taken made a number of movies for the singing group that we're part of as well. So there are a few of my movies up on our singing group's Facebook page. So there are some there that can be seen too. But it was very much all amateur. And as time went on, and as the app evolved, I would just learn more and more and more about it. But it's all very much largely self-taught. And but I did have a little bit of experience filming in the professional industry, because for a few years after I retired from the Air Force, I did some work as an actor, an extra in television commercials and TV shows.
Okay.
So I'm able to experience firsthand what directors and cinematographers would do. And at the time, I didn't really realise that much that I could apply it to my own stuff, but over the years I have.
Yeah, good. So yeah, we should definitely after a while meet again and look into your travel videos. I had already a little bit to look into it, but for today I think I leave you with the cooking, or maybe you have already eaten, because you are 12 hours, nearly 12 hours ahead. So I just started and I've already finished your day.
Yeah.
So I wish you with your...
Can I show you what we had for dinner yesterday?
Yes, please do.
One moment. So this is one of the great books that we use. It's called Food as Medicine.
Okay.
And the recipe out of that one, I think I've got the right page right. I have. There we go. This one is called Succulent Eggplant and Tomato Bake.
Sounds great.
Yeah, it's very simple recipe. It takes a long time though. That's one of the ones that takes a lot longer than many of the others, but it is really nice. And it is the subject of the next RandA's Kitchen episode that'll be out very shortly.
Okay, so then we have all a chance, and even me, maybe I can make it. I should put an effort in. At least I was moderating once or presenting a cooking program years ago. But as I said in the beginning, I'm a good eater. I eat everything. But the cooking itself, I think my son is much better than me already. Okay, Ray, it was really lovely to talk to you. And
you too.
See you soon. Have a nice evening in Australia. And yeah, best wishes to your wife as well. And bye-bye.
Bye. Catch you later, Gabby. I've got the world in my pocket. I've got the world in my pocket. I've got the world in my pocket.